What's going on, you guys? What's going on, you guys? What's going on, you guys? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a lit live chat. This is something that we haven't had in quite some time, and I am not on my desktop, which is why you can see the difference in quality of the camera. I should have just hooked up my webcam to this, but I just didn't feel like doing it, you guys. I could already tell that the when I was on my laptop, pretty much, well, not my laptop, when I was on my desktop, it was going to start acting up. I could already tell that it was going to start acting up, and I just didn't have the time for it at all. So what we're going to do, thank you, Jeremy. So what we're going to do is, if you guys are just now tuning in, if you're brand new to my platform and all of that good stuff, you guys already know, well, you don't know, so I got to tell you, Lit Live Chats are basically live chats for the people that's watching. We have a topic or there's a hot topic that's going on, and I drop the link and I allow others to come on and I allow them to speak their piece. I really don't have much to say after everybody comes up, pretty much. All I do is bring the topic up first, then I drop the link for everybody else, okay? So that's pretty much the gist of it. So we haven't had a lit live chat in quite some time. We normally have the lit live chats, you know, around this time of night. I see Terrence in the building. I see Jeremy in the building, both of them in the building. So I'm gonna let at least maybe like 7 people up, because you know, after I allow everybody to come up, I'm pretty much going off camera because I'm pretty sure everybody that's coming up won't be on camera anyways. So you know what I'm saying? I don't know where that brush is. Y'all be looking for that Destiny brush. I don't know where that Madonna brush is, y'all. I gotta find it. But yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. Okay. If you're team Monique, and if you're not, you're allowed to come up. People, you know, people do be getting all up in their feelings when everybody that has a like-minded opinion comes up at the same time. And that's really not my fault, because I don't know what nobody's gonna say when they get up here. All I know is that I dropped the link for folks, and it's safe for them to come up, so that it is what it is. We got 56 people up in here, and we only got 28 likes. Y'all need to get these likes up. So this is what we're about to do. We're about to go ahead and get this thing started and all that other good stuff. So, you know, let's get it popping. So this is the reason why I decided to do this lit live chat. I thought this would be a good discussion piece. So being that all this stuff is going on with the Real Housewives of Potomac right now, this is someone's not Instagram, but this is somebody's Twitter page, okay? And it said, looking at this season so far, I definitely believe that Monique is owed an apology for season 5. At the season 5 reunion, she said how Giselle came up with the plot before the season started, and nobody believed her. We now see that that was definitely the case, and they are doing it again. I'll say this one time so y'all can get y'all's fat ass fingers off the keyboard and hush. She does not need an apology for the fight because she was wrong. She needs an apology because she said that plot thing and nobody believed her, and production went above to make her look like she was crazy. Okay? So that was the reason why I decided to do this, because this has been a conversation piece for a while now. Ever since everything's been going on with Candace and Wendy versus Giselle, Robin, and Mia and Ashley, everybody's been speculating, like, is this the same thing that Monique was talking about before she attacked Candace and before she got into it with Candace and all that other good stuff? Is this what she was talking about? You know, is this the thing? Is this what she was talking about? So at this point, is she owed an apology? You know what I'm saying? Is this what she was talking about all this time, but nobody wanted to hear what she had to say? That's the basis of this conversation. So now that I have showed you guys what this is about and why we're doing it, okay, I'm about to drop the link. Make sure you guys are liking the video. As I said, it's 67 people in here, but 38 likes. We got to get these likes up, y'all. So we're about to go ahead and get into it. Okay, I'm about to drop. Oops, that ain't even the right link. Hold on, y'all. Keep forgetting I'm not on my desktop. I'm on my laptop, honey. So we're about to drop the link. Okay, and before we get up here, I'm letting you guys know this now. I'm all about healthy debates. Long as we don't call each other out each other's names, long as we're not being disrespectful, I do not mind. Everybody is welcome to come up here and all of that good stuff. Because once everybody comes up, I am definitely going off the camera. I'm definitely going off the camera once everybody get up here. So the link is dropped. I'm about to pin the link. And yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna allow everybody to come up first before I put everybody on the screen. And like I said, you know what I mean? It's gonna be like this. Like I want a healthy debate. Like I'm all for debates. I love it. I love it. I love it. But don't get disrespectful. Don't get out of line. Don't be condescending. Let's have a decent conversation. Let's have a great Damn, y'all popping in real quick. There's 3 people already backstage already. We need some more before we open up, before we start the conversation. Don't be afraid to come up, Cham. Because I see 3 people up here already, honey. They already ready for it. Y'all gonna stay back there for just a second. I'm gonna let y'all up. I'm just waiting on everybody else. Okay. There's a 4th person. Okay. There's a 5th person. Okay, y'all coming in. Y'all ready for the conversation. Okay. I'm waiting on some more. Maybe at least 2 more before I put everybody up here. I need 2 more people before okay, there we go. There's 1. I need 1 more. And also, you guys don't have to show your faces if you don't want to. Y'all can go off camera, because I'm definitely going off camera once I bring everybody up. Because while y'all talking, I'm going to go make me a ham and cheese sandwich and get me some smart food, popcorn, and all types of shit while y'all up here. I need 1 more person. And as we're letting everybody come up, please light up this chat so we can get it started. Light the chat up. I need at least 1 more person as I put everybody on the screen. Make sure y'all light up the chat with the fire emoji. Make sure y'all lighten it up.
All right, Jeremy, we not doing this today.
Before we get started, I just want to put it out there, because while he's making a ham sandwich, y'all women, the women on the panel is not going to be sitting here doing these 10-minute long speeches, not letting nobody talk.
We're not doing that.
I just know that's a habit, like that y'all like.
Now, Jeremy, don't start.
Okay, you know, I don't want to add any more fuel to the rumors about myself, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
You already added. I'm irritated with you already.
if 2 fights don't leave me alone about this damn salad. However, y'all have heard my spiel. Y'all have seen the tweet, and y'all know about the situation already. We already know what happened between Monique and the rest of the women. So I'm about to go off the screen, and I'm gonna let you guys have this conversation. And whoever wants to start, you can. Like I said, we're gonna have a great well, y'all are gonna have I will jump in whenever I want to, or I will moderate when I feel like I need to moderate, but we're gonna have a great conversation. I'm all for healthy debating, long as people don't get disrespectful, long as it don't get too crazy. And please allow everybody to speak. Let's not talk over each other. You know, we can sing together, but we can't talk together. Okay. So with that being said, if there's other people that want to join, they can. I think it's like 2 more slots open. And once I get off the screen, whoever wants to start off can.
Yes, we live for sluts.
Okay, I'm going to start it off. I feel like, yes, she is owed an apology. She been owed that apology since Candace came out and admitted on her live that Giselle was plotting against Monique. I don't want to hear no huffing and puffing, whoever huffing and puffing. But she has been owed that apology from that day Candace went on live and sat up here and said, oh, Giselle was plotting against Monique and Chris to sit up here and make it seem like Monique was having an affair with a trainer. And once Candace admitted this season that she was helping Giselle or watching Giselle.
That's not what she said.
I don't give a damn what she said. Let me finish.
Okay, but let's just be honest.
She was watching.
Wait. Let me clarify. She said helping Giselle or watching Giselle. So she kind of got it right.
I
She
got it
kind of
right.
admitted to it.
No, she didn't say
Then
watching Giselle. She's like, I've been around Giselle, and she said, I know we've all seen Giselle plot and scheme on people.
it's
But
still the same.
like
It's
the
the
only
same
person,
thing.
but wait, I'm saying the only person that she saw her plot and scheme on was Monique, and when she saw that, she made sure Monique knew about it. That's why she told Karen to tell Monique.
Mhm.
It wasn't nobody else because the next
She should have
season,
told
I'm saying, I'm
Monique.
like, can I
Why
talk?
you get your
I'm
mouth
saying
off?
the next season was literally her versus Mia. So it wasn't like it was seasons upon seasons of her watching Giselle like target people. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, nah, nah,
So
nah.
wait,
I
I
know
have a
you was
question,
understand.
right? I have a question for Jeremy because this is what I don't understand. So Candace said she told Giselle that that plan wouldn't work because of X, Y, Z. So that is helping.
That's
That's
not
what
what
she
she
said on her
said.
That's what
live.
she
No,
says in
that's
the
what she
No,
said
live.
on
I'm
her
saying
live.
like she said
She
something
no,
similar. I'm saying
she
she said
wait,
something.
wait, wait. So again, you're now trying to get into the weeds. You didn't
We
even let
like
me finish.
Y'all
Let me
starting to do that
finish.
talking over
what
each other shit
That
now. I
that's
ain't even
Can
got
I
a
Jeremy.
what
finish?
hot
I'm
sandwich
saying
yet.
like if we're going to repeat something, you can't
Can,
twist or alter
I'm not twisting or
small
altering.
bits of information
Okay.
to make it
But
sound
Jeremy,
like
you didn't
something
So
let
that
you
it's
gonna let
nobody
not.
me
finish.
finish? Let me
Okay.
finish, okay? If she said she told her, "Hey, that's not gonna work because this baby looks just like his father, so
Yes,
this
that's
isn't
what she
gonna
said.
work." That is helping someone come up with a plan. So she
Thank
got a
you.
Against
better
someone
plan.
else.
Wait, here's the difference, right? Maybe if somebody would have helped her come up with this plan against Chris, it would have actually turned out better. See the difference when you have help
Honestly, can I
coming
say
up with a
something, please?
plan. Here's where we end up with things like this. Giselle ain't had no help, so it went
Can
left.
Can I say something, please, real quick, so I can get out? Cause my baby in the background.
Oh,
Uh, I want to say that I agree with you on that. That to me, when Candy said, "Nah, girl, that ain't gonna work," because that baby look just like Crip, blah blah. That is kind of you helping. Plus the fact
And
that
co-signing.
you And plus the fact that you didn't even call your girl to let her know, hey, Giselle and them, they over here plotting on you after this baby shower, back. blah, 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 blah. That is shady. So I Yes. understand why Monique was upset with Candace, but her frustration was still in the wrong place because I promise before that fight, I was confused as to why she had so much smoke for Candace. And then watching her live with her and Chris, I think it was before the show started or after the fight. I forget how it went.
it was
But
before the show.
yeah, I was still like a little confused on all the smoke she had for her. So I feel like Candy don't really owe her an apology because they both was in the wrong, and she never gonna get it from Giselle and Robin, so she can forget about that. And also with Candice, it's kind of like I only feel sorry for Chris. Chris, the only one I feel sorry for. I do not feel sorry for Candy because you know Giselle for her works and you still wanted to be buddy buddy with her. So it's kind of like you get what you
Yeah.
get. But I feel sorry for Chris because he's getting hit with the bullet to get at you.
I don't feel
Yeah,
You
the
sorry for
understand?
his
collateral
ass either.
damage.
I'm a,
Yeah.
Collateral damage.
I'm
I
a
agree.
little. I guess I'm a little bit confused. Like,
I
so what?
understand so.
So
Let me
what?
unconfuse you. Go
Well,
ahead and ask your question.
let me like finish.
Because I might help Jeremy if you
What
let
I'm
me
saying,
speak.
so what I'm saying is that when Candace had basically went on live and said, there was a plot by Giselle by Giselle and Robin. Karen wasn't even at the table when this had happened. What Candace did when she heard them making up this rumor, she was like, "That's not that like that wouldn't even sound real because the baby looks just like Monique's husband." So that's like is that wouldn't even make any sense for y'all to even say that. And then she went and told Karen, "Hey, me and Monique are not cool right now. So is me calling her is not like it doesn't make sense because me and her fell out. I'm not sure who has like a child in the background, but I'm just saying, can you mute for a second? So then she went to Karen, and Karen told Monique. And then Candace and Monique had a separate conversation, so, like sometime afterwards. Monique's issue with Candace wasn't even about none of the rumors. It was about the whole Charisse being invited to, to like some type of party. And my thing is that I don't think Monique deserves no type of apology. An apology for what? We all know that Giselle had, created this whole rumor.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
the
Can I
okay,
go
issue,
next?
but
okay,
since that you
but
said
but I'm
I'm
saying
that,
trying to
the
speak.
issue is that Giselle created the rumor a year and a half before they even filmed that season 5. And
it don't matter if she
Monique had
knew.
been known that this rumor was about, and she invited Giselle into her home. She invited Rod into her home. She gave Giselle cocktails, and she even alluded when Giselle came over, who does the baby look like? Because
She
they
didn't
know.
allude that was Chris.
That
Let's
what
be
made
clear.
me confused
But
about
I'm saying,
Monique.
so like what
That
I'm
what made
saying is
me
that like
confused about Monique.
why does she deserve an apology when honestly she didn't have an issue until
Because
she
at the
started
end
getting
of,
dragged for beating up Candace. That's when she used this
we're
whole.
not talking about her getting an apology for getting dragged for beating up Candace.
I didn't
As it
say
was
that.
said,
I'm saying why does she deserve an apology for the
because
whole plot? Because we all knew it was a plot anyway. But the whole
at
issue
the
is
end of
that
the
the
day,
plot. Okay,
production
you
and
cannot
Andy gaslighted her
talk
to make it
over me,
seem like she was.
Catherine.
Well, you cut me off when
You
I was trying
did
to
cut
speak
me
next
off
and I haven't
first.
spoken yet.
I
What
didn't cut you
was
off
going on?
first.
Yes, you did. You cut me off first when I was first speaking, and you sat up here and said, "Well, that's not what she said. We're not gonna go there," because when I first started speaking, you did cut me off. But
Okay.
she straight up said she's owed an apology because production made it look like she was lying. Everybody made it look like she was lying when we
Yeah.
all deep down she wasn't. Tacky turkey neck Giselle did what she did, and in all honesty, an apology is I now
It
with the
stems from
final.
season 3.
So do
Oh
you
yeah,
think that the production owes her an apology, or do the
I think
cast
production
owe her
owes
an
her one, and
apology?
who?
No
Both.
one owes Monique an apology. Monique played herself.
Right.
Monique knew about this plot. First of all, the word plot came from Monique. Monique did a live first. Someone asked Candace about it in her live, and she responded to the question. I guess there was a plotation. That's her exact words.
Candace
Candace
did the live
wasn't
first.
friends with Monique, and Karen even said Candace called her upset and told her, and they had a conversation. Monique even got Candace to write something to send Gigi to stop talking, because Gigi was the one going around spreading this rumor. And so for me, it sounded like women gossiping about what was going on in their town. And I think we are, to make it feel a little heightened, we say plot when really they were gossiping. And Candace was like, that baby looks just like him.
Okay, well
Again,
then
as
that's the
everyone
same
said,
thing for Chris.
I haven't been able to finish.
Same
It
thing.
happened 2 years prior, before that season even started. And so it is strange that she came on that season all hyped, especially when her friend Ashley is the one who said Candace went out of her way to become friends with Charisse. Even though Monique's was literally at Ashley's baby shower, off filming, not her job, all up in Charisse's face. And then her and Giselle has a one-on-one where Giselle says, well, Candace, went out of her way to become friends with Charisse. And all of a sudden that gave Monique the license to be so mad, even though now you came to the reunion saying that Giselle is the one who started this plot. Yet you never had time to have a one-on-one with the person you said was your friend. You had time, though, to have one-on-ones with Giselle, throw lunch parties for throw like a lunch party for Ashley. And then be okay with Ashley inviting Charisse again to to the sipping tea.
Come on.
The fact that Candace helped Monique shut Gigi up leads me to believe, then what are you mad about? Because for me, the only person who talked about that plot on the season when it was filming was Monique and Giselle. And that was in the confessional. No one else said anything.
Kai, you are dropping facts. Yes.
No, she's dropping
Drop.
her opinion.
Okay.
It's my opinion, but
Child.
it's
She's
everybody.
dropping an opinion because at the end of the day, it's her opinion. I respect her opinion just like Jeremy. I respect choice. But at the end of the day, like I said, in my opinion, production and Giselle owe that woman an apology because they've been plotting against her since day one, since she got on there
That's
and said, "I
true.
have
No, that's different.
4 homes."
Okay.
Yeah, true.
I think we
And
all kind of
also,
agree on
she
that.
was,
Jeremy, I was not
hold
done
on.
talking.
I'm sorry.
She's been plotting against that woman since season 2. At
That's
the end of
true.
the
Yeah.
day, an apology is owed to her. Period. Point blank. Nikki, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, and also I think Giselle's trying to get back at her for season 3 with the whole Kendall and Sherman situation.
Mm.
I think we all can agree that she deserves an apology from production and Giselle. I think
That's what
I
I was
think
saying.
I think the confusion like is when the person made the post, Monique deserves an apology. We're just like, an apology from who?
Yeah.
But they also made it clear in the post, not for the fight,
But
or not
I'm
for
not
anything else.
I'm
It's
not
just for how they made her look crazy. That's what they
That's
specified in the
true.
post.
but I feel like
Because no one
Monique
else
made
said
her
it
I
before.
feel like Monique made herself look crazy as well.
She didn't make
Like
herself look
Okay,
crazy.
Ha.
I have a
Ooh.
question. I have a question. How did Monique make herself look crazy? Because according to Monique, they cut out scenes to
Thank
not
you.
show the plot. And Andy said, I didn't want to have that because it was talking about a minor child, so I cut things out.
Well, then
So
you
Thank
it
should
you,
have cut it
Stacey.
all out
so
together.
again, so here's the thing. So when we say like, oh, she isn't owed an apology because she did these things to try and do this. Well, when this season, Candace has production who is showing receipts, verifying what her or Chris or anyone else is saying, and the other person didn't get those things. So everybody's like, oh, she looks crazy for doing this. And she's like, well, they cut this out. So of course it looks crazy when you're only getting this half. Like we also have
Yeah.
to take into consideration if production was even and then included those other things, would it be as crazy? Because if you really think about it, Giselle has been plotting on people since season 2. Giselle
Okay.
has been doing these messy things since season 2.
Them
So
nice nasty.
everybody has already tried the okay, go at Giselle. Giselle doesn't engage, but she keeps going with her stories. She keeps on going and she keeps on doing it. So then your other option is okay, well, let me try something different. Maybe if I try and cozy up and be super friends, you won't talk about my kid. Because as we've seen with Katie, as as we've seen with Karen, she don't care. She'll go as low as she needs to for a storyline with anyone else. So I don't understand how somebody trying something different to see if they can get a different result is a
Yeah.
problem because we all know the first way ain't gonna work. She keep doing that.
oh,
Well,
Well,
okay, so I'm sorry,
the
go ahead.
it looked like
oh
it worked either though, because Giselle turned on her friends her so-called friends at the drop of a dime too, except for Robin, and even Robin she shades, and so to
but
me
her
it
day is coming.
kind of silly, cozying up to Giselle just like Candace looks silly, playing like Giselle is her friend. I don't think Monique is necessarily owed an apology because she tried to play the game she just lost, as far as Giselle goes.
Well, let
Yeah.
And
me
I oh,
devil's
sorry, Scotty.
advocate. I'm sorry. Let me play devil's advocate really fast. And I'm finna play devil's advocate based on what Jeremy said. When Jeremy said, because I know a lot of people don't agree with it, but I think I get what he's saying. When he said, the production really didn't make Monique look crazy, she made herself look crazy. I hope I'm saying it right, Jeremy. Is that what you said?
Yep, that's definitely
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
That's definitely
Okay.
it.
I'm just trying not to say anything because I already know, like, if I say anything, extra, they gonna start calling me rude in the comments. So,
Oh,
Let
Lord.
them call you rude. Shit, I'm rude. I don't give a fuck. Oh.
yeah.
But see, okay, so here's the thing. When Jeremy says that, I kind of agree with him simply because of the fact is, if I'm not mistaken, people were saying that the plot was put in place right before they started filming season 5. When Monique came into season 5, she came in knowing that Giselle was sitting up there talking about, the kid may not be Chris' kid, it might be the trainer's kid, but yet and still she was sitting up there having lunches and shit with Giselle and hanging with Giselle and inviting her to her house and stuff. So in a sense, not knowing that Giselle making her look crazy at the same time, because it made her look crazy because she was sitting over there with Giselle, letting Giselle put shit in her ear about Candace, and then trying to, and then Giselle's whole thing was to ice Candace out of this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Just and Monique was down for that situation up until she put her hands on Candace down the line, and it shifted over to her. So in so many words, when it comes, and I'm not even talking about the fight itself, I'm talking about Candace and Monique's relationship overall. I feel like Candace and Monique were both played by Giselle, because Giselle could have done without either one of them. She wanted Monique to be gone. I mean, but she wanted Candace to be gone first, so she was sitting over there with Monique, and then she was telling Monique what Candace said this and Candace said that, and Monique, dumbass, took it and ran with it, knowing that this woman is her enemy and all this other good stuff. But then when her and Candace got into the fight and all this other stuff, then that's when when Monique put her hands on Candace, that's when the shift came and was like, okay, now we got to get Monique up out of here. We ain't finna film with her no more. We ain't finna do. So in so many words, I do get where Jeremy is coming from when he says that she kind of made herself look crazy, because she did.
Yeah.
Season, knowing that these women were plotting against you, but still trying to be friendly with them.
The thing,
That's
and the
right.
thing,
And
like,
it,
so
That what made
One
me
time.
confused. I'm sorry, can I say one thing? That what made me confused before the fight happened, because I'm like, okay, I'm looking at your live and then I'm seeing what you're saying about Giselle, saying this about your child, blah 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 blah. Then we get to the show. You, like you said, Scott, you laughing, having lunch with her. That was at a party, high fiving each other. You didn't mind icing Candace out, but yo, dislike for Candace does not trump your dislike for Giselle. So I just did not understand where Monique was coming from. It's like they keep your friend close, enemy closer thing that she was doing. I guess it looked whack and crazy to me. So I just didn't understand. Like Monique was my favorite, hands down, because I did not like Giselle at all. But before that fight happened, I was not on her side because I was not understanding her. So it was like production was not making her look crazy. She was making herself look crazy, because from season 2 until then, you and Giselle was like mortal enemies. But then all of a sudden, after she plotted against you, y'all having lunch together and laughing together and plotting against a girl that barely done anything to you. So, I agree. She made herself look crazy, not production.
well, all of that just boils down to Monique being fake and Monique being a social climber. And when I say that, Monique wanted to be friends with Giselle and Robin since she at first came on the show. Like, the whole reason that she was not their friends was solely their decision not to be friends with her. Now, it's not saying that they were right in treating her the way that they did, because they definitely were wrong. But Monique always overextended herself to Giselle. She always tried to apologize to her. She always tried to cozy up to her. And just like Giselle never really saw it for her like that, for whatever reason that may be, which I may think is colorism, but I'm going to reverse that because Monique said that doesn't exist on this show. Right. So anyway, so like I'm saying, so when she saw the opportunity to befriend Giselle and get rid of Candace, that was easy for her because she saw Candace as expendable. Because when she brought Candace under her wing as her quote unquote little sis, she was hyping Candace up to fight her battles for her. Like, she was hyping her up to fight Ashley, because she was beefing with Ashley at the time. She was hyping her up to fight with Giselle. And then after that, she ended up becoming cool with Ashley and then turning on Candace and exposing all of their text messages, which is why they ended up falling out, because Candace was the only person really standing up and defending Monique when they were all calling her a drunk alcoholic who lost her child to alcoholism.
Right.
Right?
And we also have to remember, when it comes to production leaving things out, this wasn't the first time they've done it, right? On the recent season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Kenya said that Marlo made a comment about her daughter. They left that out. Candy said that Marlo also made a comment about, I think it was her daughter as well, about being a test tube baby. They've left that out. So production has cut things out that they feel like is going too far. The problem isn't that we don't believe Monique. We believe her. Yeah, Giselle was laughing about the rumor, but you didn't say anything. You didn't say anything. You didn't say anything to her. And even if we give her a little bit of room, you didn't even say anything to Giselle off camera. Why not call her and have that discussion? You decided that you were going to not address it. And you only started talking about it after the season had wrapped because you needed to give the audience some other reason as to explain your behavior. So if you don't care enough to address it, why does everybody else have to? All of the ladies have had to stand up for themselves by themselves, even if people have talked about Candace. Let's talk about Candace this season. She's not mad at Robin. She's not mad at Wendy. She's not mad at Karen. She wasn't even mad at Ashley until Ashley, said, "Oh, doesn't it how do you feel?" Like with the karma at the winery. She handled Giselle by herself. So why is Monique the only one where everybody has to stand up for her? She didn't stand up for anybody else. She didn't care when it was Karen being ganged up on with the blue eye situation. She didn't care when it was Candace. So why does everybody have to stop and help her out when she's never helped anybody else out? So that's my issue. We have to keep the same energy on both sides.
And when Candace wanted some help, she literally turned her back on her and then threatened to drag her. Like I'm saying, that Candace literally,
right.
Candace was a newbie, like standing up against this whole cast on your behalf, Monique. Like it makes no sense to me how quick she turned on Candace in favor of Ashley, the woman who literally accused you of losing your child because you were drunk. Like I'm saying, like to me, I would never understand that. And I keep on trying to wrap my mind around how she's the victim. But I'm saying all throughout the 5th season, she never came at Giselle. She never gave Giselle that. She was just happy to be around her. But then after you beat up Candace and after you like try to spin this narrative, then you're going to bring the plot towards the ending of the season, because now you have to justify why you beat up Candace, but it still didn't even make sense because Candace had nothing to do with that. It was Giselle, but you didn't put your hands on her. So at the end of the day, regardless of the plot was real or not, it doesn't matter because you weren't even mad at it during the season.
Because we also have to remember the only time that the plot was discussed on the show, other than when Chris brought it up to Giselle and she went to go talk to Robin, was Monique and Giselle singing in their confessionals, was obviously shot a little later. So it is strange that she came on season 5 having a major issue with Candace. Even when she threw that, I forget, what was it, a lunch for Giselle, her and Giselle hosted that lunch for Ashley, and all of a sudden she started going,
baby C and sip and see or whatever.
No, not the sip and see. Like it was the lunch that
because Ashley was going through postpartum.
Co-hosted together. Like you knew all this was going on and you were co-hosting a party with her. Anyway, and she going after Candace about Charisse, and Candace like, I don't know what the big deal is, and then come to find out she literally doesn't know what the big deal is because you were just with Charisse in a photo with her at Ashley's baby shower, and then you hear the hot mic, and Monique is all up on Candace, and Candace like, no girl, like what was that for? Well, I had to do it, laughing and giggling and stuff. So I don't know how to go from there to the beginning of the season to now at the end, and even people forget, like she even said she did not deserve that. I don't know who are we apologizing to when you knew what the situation was, you handled it off camera, as in you got legal involved with Gigi. No, the production didn't really let it play out when it first came on. And then the only person talking about it on the show are you and Giselle. And even that, you played yourself because you made this big issue of Candace being friends with Charisse when she had already been friends with Charisse, because Charisse was even invited to her wedding already before her even anniversary party. So she was already cool with Charisse before then. But since you had to make this big issue with Charisse, then they had the nerve to ask you, why are you upset with Charisse in your confessional? And she tried to spread this rumor. And of course, they went to go ask Giselle, what's the rumor? And of course, Giselle's going to say what the rumor is. And for her friend, Ashley, after the seasons come out, Charisse had nothing to do with it. So what was she really mad at Candace for?
Nothing.
Right, because the bottom line is Monique made a mistake. It's fine. She made a mistake. That's fine. So why can't we all just accept it's pride is the thing. I'm sure if she would have just apologized to Candace, then they would have been able to move forward. She just made a mistake. I don't understand why as an audience we can't just accept that, just move on and just let it go.
Yeah, I think I must have forgot before I came up here how intense this whole Candace versus Monique thing can get. The Team Candace and Team Monique stuff. But I'm gonna just say because I'm about to hop off. As far as just answering the question specifically, I was kind of on the Monique side of things when that whole situation went down. But no, I don't feel like Monique is owed an apology. Monique did what she did as an adult. She was fully aware of how dealing with Giselle would go. She was aware of how Giselle was for seasons before she decided to sit there and play patty cake with her. She know how that lady is, and so no, she isn't owed an apology by anybody, and I don't feel like Candace is either. And that's it. I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all evening.
Ooh,
Okay.
no, not with you again,
Okay.
Black
Wait.
African princess.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Well, Catherine is up here, but you and Chris, y'all need to really quit arguing in that chat for real.
That's Chris. I just sat here and jokingly said hush, and he took it too seriously. Ain't nobody got
Just
time for him.
both of y'all just stop for real, for real, for real. Just both of y'all just stop because I've been sitting here trying not to say nothing, and then people in the chat starting to see it. So y'all just stop at this point. Catherine, you up here, involve yourself in the conversation up here. Chris, let it the hell go. It ain't that deep, okay? Now, Janae, I haven't heard you say anything, sweetheart. So what's your
I thought
opinion?
she did.
Oh,
Uh,
she
Not really. I just been chiming in here and there. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. How's your daddy?
He's doing
Doing
great. He's doing great. He's excited to see me. I said that since he's had all these health issues, I'm gonna surprise him and come home for Christmas with my husband and the kids. So
Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
But thank y'all for asking and thank y'all for the prayers because the power of prayer. I'm telling you, thank you.
no
Period.
problem.
No problem.
I'll be praying.
Yes,
Just like I
Lord.
pray for
Thank you.
certain folks in the comments. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Honestly, as this situation unfolds, I feel like Monique gave the ass whooping to the wrong person. I felt like she should have snatched Giselle versus Candace. And I feel like, honestly, do I feel like Monique is owed an apology by maybe production? Possibly. But as far as like all of this intake, Scotty, you and I are friends, right? If I'm at a table at a function and I
Mhm.
hear somebody talking about your husband and your child, first of all, I'm going to stop the situation. I'm not even going to engage in the conversation. What I'm going to say is, such and such is not here. You should not be bringing up their spouse. You should not be bringing up their kids. Let's dead this conversation and walk away.
Facts.
That's what I would have done. That's what a real friend should have done. And that's what Candace should have done. Okay. And even if they weren't cool at the time, out of the respect for the friendship that you had, you should have been like, you know what? Let's not go there.
Hmm?
Because she got in her feelings when she felt that her stepchildren were brought up and her husband was brought up at the reunion. Did she not bring that up?
Yep.
So you can't sit here and say and talk about and spread things about people's husbands and kids. And then when somebody talks about ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, when somebody talk about your husband and certain situations, you want to get in your feelings. It don't work that way.
Hmm.
Well,
Okay.
well, I'm confused on why Candace has to extend a sense of loyalty that Monique doesn't extend to her. Like, why is it the fact that after you dissolve our friendship because you want to be fake and be friends with girls who don't like you, I still have to hold respect for you when those girls who you befriended still don't want to still don't want to mess with you like that. So why am I like, and I'm saying you are the same one that exposed my text messages, threatened to fight
Right,
me, all of this stuff. So
right,
why would I therefore number one, I already did you a favor by saying by refuting that rumor is definitely not true, and then going to tell you about it through through our mutual friend who's cool with the both
right.
of us. So I feel like she did enough. Like outside of that, like this feels like Candace would be overextending herself to somebody who holds no loyalty to her.
I, I'm I guess you can see it from that side of the coin, you know. But for me, like I would speak it for me or what I would do. You know, if I've been friends with somebody for a long time and we have a history together, even though we fall out and even though we fall out in a certain way, I'm not gonna expose your tea. I'm not going to put your business out there. And if somebody is speaking ill of you in my presence, I'm going to shut it down. And I've been in situations where I've had to do that. I had a friend that was in my wedding and she did something that was extremely inappropriate towards my husband. And I had to, and I cried when I had to do this. I had to shut down the friendship. And ever since, when people speak ill of her, I shut it down because we've been friends since I was in high school. So I can't sit there and do you see what I'm saying, Jeremy?
I mean, yeah, like of course, I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying to me,
You shouldn't
if
be
it,
loyal to
I mean,
somebody.
it feel like I'm just saying it feels unfair to acquire
Right.
this sense of loyalty from Candace that Monique didn't even give to Candace herself. Like when Candace was literally windmilling the whole cast on her behalf, like after you do all of that to me, girl, you on your own. So if these girls are talking about you, these are your friends.
But
Oh,
see, here's my
okay.
thing.
Now
You
I
said,
understand. I'm sorry, Jeremy. I didn't mean to interrupt, but now I understand what you're saying, and I get what you're saying. Like, don't expect me to be loyal to you if you're not loyal to me in that sense.
yeah,
Yep.
I understand that too. But y'all are two different people. Because I'm gonna still be loyal to somebody, even though they showed me who they are. I'm still gonna shut down
Right.
everything that they do. That's just who I am. That's how I was. That's how my mind works. Hell, um, my ex did me dirty. Nigga looking like Megamind, and he then slept with cheated on me with a low budget Miss Piggy.
Ooh,
I'm still, yes, I'm putting his business out there.
she said
I'm
a low
still.
budget Miss Piggy.
He looked like a low budget Megamind too, with his big ass head. Um, but I'm still loyal to him because when I found out
Right.
the low budget Miss
Yeah.
Piggy was cheating on them, I recorded the whole conversation of her with the next dude, and I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna send it to his ass. This is what you left me for."
Wait, can I ask a question? Can we cuss?
Yeah, we cuss. I've been cussing this whole entire time. You
Yes.
heard me say "fuck
You
you."
know, I was surprised that you. I was
I've
surprised
been
you
watching my
cussed the
language.
first time. You can cuss up here.
Well, Scotty, you know I'm not. Well, you know I'm not gonna cuss on nobody else's channel except my own.
You got the right child. You
Ooh,
you.
child, this about to get lit
But
then.
But
that's what the Jerry got excited.
I mean, I get that because I'm the same way. Like I said, I was still loyal to the girl who tried me and tried. How can I put? Okay, I went to take my mother to go get her injections. Sometimes she gets, shots in her spine. I took her. She knew I wasn't at the house. She knew my husband was there by himself. She went there knowing I wasn't there, and she was dressed with shorts with her ass cheeks out and no bra on.
I know you lying. Wait. Say that one more time. Rewind. Press play. Say that one more time. Say that one
This
more.
was this was supposed to be my friend. Okay, she was in my child's christening. She was my bridesmaid in my wedding. She knew I wasn't home at my mother's house. I took my mother to the hospital. She showed up to the house with shorts with her ass cheeks out, with no bra on, and she showed up to the house knowing I wasn't there when my husband was by himself.
Well,
Janae, baby, did you put on your Timberlands and have a razor up underneath your damn tongue and stomp the? I'm sorry, stomp the
well,
bit.
I guess I get what you're saying, but in my opinion, like I I just feel like both of you guys sound like you overextend yourselves because like I don't like
I see what you're
if my
saying.
like because if my ex like who I ain't with no more, if his man is cheating on him, they got nothing to do with me, baby, live your life. Like what are you talking about?
I see
And
what
then
you're
like
saying.
I could give a hell I could give a damn what the fuck he's doing in his relationship, honestly. And then if I had a friend who I literally stood up for, fought for, turned on me, threatened to beat me up, and then turn on me with the light skinned bitches who were talking about her, and now they're actively talking about her in front of me. That's her, huh?
Sorry. That was my baby. 'Cause I was about to say something real quick.
Oh no, you did not.
I'm
Yes, I
saying,
did. Yes, I did.
It kind of reminds me of the Portia and
Portia
In
and Kim.
Kenya?
But it's still
no,
confusing
Portia
though
and
because
Shamia. I feel like Portia, Shamia extends herself more
Oh
to Portia
yeah,
than
yeah,
oh, that's a
yeah.
good example.
That is a
But
good
it's
example
confusing because
because
they're not
Shamia.
friends from high school.
Right.
Like they were friends on
yeah.
season 3. Season 4 they fell out. Candace said what she said. We can disagree if like she should have said more, but she still made sure that the information got to Monique. When Monique reached out to Candace, Candace answered her phone. When Monique wanted her to write something to get Gigi to shut up, she did so. She did all the things that needed her to do, and that was it. So what else is supposed to be
Exactly.
going on?
And I have a question for Mo Media. Like, I was reading your comment and you had said that like if she had a went to Monique, that would have been the perfect time for her to rekindle the friendship. But I'm saying, why
That's
does
true.
she have to rekindle a friendship with somebody who snaked her?
Yeah, it's a
Why do
lot.
I have to go for it and try to do this to rekindle a friendship? I'm going to tell Karen, our mutual friend, so she can go and tell Monique, so the situation is handled, so Monique is aware.
My thing is Karen was not there, so Karen did not know the whole story. That's why
That's
what I see
true.
it come from. Candace knew the whole story, so it would have been better coming straight from the horse's
The
mouth that
horse's
was
mouth.
We don't
there.
really know what Candace told Karen though.
But
Well, let me
Karen,
interject.
Plus,
Let me
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
let me
Excuse me. Can I say one thing? I
yeah.
feel like I'm kind of with you a little bit on it, but I look at it as far as being a mother, it was kind of like my baby was involved in this plot. So that's
Right.
the part that would have hurt me. And I felt like you need to tell me that, like, honestly, if I was Candy, if they were just talking about Monique, just her cheating in general, blah, 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 I wouldn't care. Girl, you going to get what you going to get. But because they bringing, you want to be so low to bring the baby paternity into this. That's what I would have been like. I would have got up on that table. I probably not called her, but I would have probably texted like, Giselle up here plotting against you, and she is bringing your child into this. I just want to
exactly.
let you know, and that's all I would have
Exactly.
probably just said about the situation. That's as far as my olive branch will go with it. Like, it's not about being friends or anything like that. It's about y'all were bringing a child into this. And then that
Right is
means,
right and
and then
wrong is
that brings
wrong.
me full circle again. I'll have
And
Monique
a
make
defenseless
herself look
child at that.
crazy because
But
they
then
talking
again,
about your child. But
but
that's
then
just how this is me.
And Ashley did
Okay,
the same.
Okay, but then if that
let's Scotty
if
talk.
hold on, y'all. Hold
okay.
on. What I was trying to say was I kind of get both sides on what Catherine and Jeremy was saying. That's what I was trying to get to. On one hand, it's like one would think that despite the fact that we are not cool, I would expect for Candace to come back and tell me what's being said. But on the other hand, me and this girl not really cool like that right now. We're having a problem. We're having an issue. But I'm gonna tell Karen because we both hang out with her, and it's kind of like I'm gonna tell Karen what was said, what was done, and Karen to relay that message back to Monique because that's the best way we can do it. Because I can't come to Monique because we not friends right now. We not getting along right now. So I don't feel comfortable talking to you right now. So I can just tell Karen and she can give it to you. But I'm sorry, but from Karen's vantage point, it's like it'll be best if I hear it from you because you were there, Karen wasn't, which is easier said than done because at the same point, they're not friends. So we can't really expect that. So for me, on the other hand, to me, I feel like she lucky that Candace told Karen about it because some people wouldn't have
True.
told her shit.
I
Someone
would,
told
I
her.
would have
That's true.
appreciated that. I would have appreciated the fact that she told Karen so that I could know. I would have appreciated that fact.
I just feel like this is a bit over. People overcomplicate things for these reality shows because what's apparent is that these people don't operate in reality. In
Hmm.
real life, in a situation like that, if you are my friend or my go down and I hear something like that, I'm adult enough to send you a text and say, look, I know our situation is funny right now, but you need to know that this is being said about you and this is who said it. And that would
Exactly.
Yeah.
probably it's not hard. So all that going around the Karen and talking to other people or whatever, in my opinion, I think that was more to build in the drama of the show. And I realized
Right.
I came in kind of late on the conversation, so y'all might have covered this already. But even as I look at all the drama around the show this season and the previous seasons, it all comes from Queen Bee, Giselle, and her sidekick Robin. And what
What is
I'm
she
trying
the
to
queen
Yeah.
bee
figure
of?
out, and I guess what I'm trying to
Of
figure out
bad wigs.
Yeah, I
Thank
mean,
you.
look, not
Bad
look.
fashion.
Y'all know that was sarcasm, right?
Okay,
But
okay. I have to make sure.
but of course, I'm just thinking, is it the only two women in this franchise who have put that heifer in her place have been Karen and Wendy? Why does
Yeah.
everybody else play with her? She
No,
Because
said
Katie.
just walking.
Karen don't let it light it up.
I mean, she is, and Monique
Yes.
before she left. I mean, Giselle is an easy
I
read, and
mean,
I'm just
Monique
like,
came in shots fired.
that's what
But
Ah, yeah, come guns
I'm
After
like.
being
blazing.
played.
But what
so
Yeah,
about Giselle?
but did
Instead of
Ashley say
playing with
anything to
her,
Monique though?
no.
Do you know what I
Oh
mean?
my
Like,
I
god.
don't
do we
believe
all
Ashley was
honestly
No,
there.
no,
think
no, no,
that
no. Yes, she
Ashley?
did.
She
Monique
did.
claimed that.
Yeah, they did. They got into it when the whole situation when she got into that car accident, drinking, talking about she had five glasses of wine or 5 beers or whatever the hell she had. Ashley, you was just as an alcoholic as Monique is. We're not gonna take it there
Wait,
because you be having all
No,
them
I
beers
mean,
and
like,
what
did
drinking.
what
Ashley say anything to Monique about
She
Giselle
wasn't
laughing
there.
Yeah, she
about
She
the
wasn't
did.
there.
rumor? Like, I understand that she wasn't there. So if Ashley knew, then why isn't anybody saying, Ashley, why are you inviting Charisse around to film? Why
I
not
don't think
just not
Ashley
invite
knew.
Charisse? Isn't she supposed to be her friend
Well,
too? So
I see what you're
because
well,
saying. What's good for the goose should be good for the gander.
it's
Yeah.
because
right,
it's because
oh,
Monique had a plan set that she did not want Candace on the show anymore because she felt that if she had got Candace off the show, it will bring her closer to Giselle. And my thing is this: why does Candace have to be like, oh my God, they're talking about Monique's children? Let me put
Because
on my
look,
let me put on my cape and save her when
Well,
she
because
literally
that's
did when
common
she
human
She
when
decency
didn't
when
you
though.
you
know
talk about a minor. Like
when
that.
she literally did that the
yeah.
season prior when they were accusing her of losing her child because she was an alcoholic instead of her just
Oh.
suffering a miscarriage. Like she literally stood up and then
I
Monique shitted on her. So at this point you obviously don't care about the kids because you befriending bitches who literally saying that you lost your child due to you being a drunk.
So we're gonna
right, and
overlook
that's kind of my point.
Candace
It's like,
telling
why are we
Ashley
keep
that she
talking?
had a miscarriage.
wait,
So
wait,
we're
wait.
gonna overlook. We're just gonna overlook Candace doing the same exact thing to Ashley, right?
That
Telling her
thank
that
you,
she had a like
thank you, Tracy.
it's
Because I was
the
about to
it's the
say that.
hypocrisy and the double standard. Because if Candace does it, it's cool.
But
But
when
if
did
No,
anyone
Can
else
Ashley does
does it,
it.
it's a problem.
when did when
Yeah,
Season
did
that's what
three,
it
Candace
says.
She did it at the dinner
the
No,
end of
party
Candace
season
didn't.
three,
when she.
beginning of
Wait,
season
wait, wait, wait,
four,
wait, wait,
she
wait,
did.
wait, 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 wait.
She told
Everybody,
her,
everybody, everybody over talking.
okay,
Everybody over
because
talking.
that was right before the dinner scene with the knife and all of that.
Yeah,
So the episode prior to that, they were
when they was
talking
at the
about her
cabin.
having a miscarriage, and she sat there and said, I didn't think you really had a miscarriage. I thought he was faking the tears for camera time. Candace
Exactly.
said
She
that.
did say
So
that. She
so
did
did.
say
there
Oh
is
that.
yeah,
the
she
double
did.
standard of
But
saying
she didn't blame
one
being an
person
Yes, she
alcoholic
can
for
did.
it.
say these things, but someone else can't. So it's the idea of saying
I
everybody has seen Giselle go after people. That is a common thing across the board. It is a
Mm.
known thing. So that so we're
Yes.
so we're not debating whether Giselle comes up with storylines behind the scenes and goes after and attacks people. We all know she does
Right,
it. She's been doing it. That is like
right,
a thing no one's questioning. My thought is now, okay, fine. If we want to say that Monique was stupid for trying to do whatever she could to keep her kid from being on the show, being talked about, the paternity of my child on the show,
She
okay,
stupid.
fine. Take that. So then Candace should have absolutely no problem with what Giselle is doing now. Because she said, I thought
Exactly.
Giselle was my big sister. Oh, I thought Giselle,
Yeah.
oh no, me and Giselle were fine.
wait,
Why?
She
Giselle
said it's
can
a
do
Oh,
anything else to
sisterhood,
go
is what she
behind
wait,
people
said.
where's
and attack
sisterhood?
them.
Tracy,
That
can
is,
you
Wait.
where's the
can
Let
you
her
difference?
finish.
explain a
Let her
little bit more
finish.
for me?
What do you want me to explain? What?
I'm like I was trying to ask you, but they kind of started
Uh-huh.
talking over you. I was saying that I'm kind of confused on how you're connecting these things, with Candace talking about Ashley's miscarriage
Uh-huh.
and like
Because
Ashley talking about Monique's.
Okay, because you just said, oh, Ashley said that you had drinks and that's what caused your miscarriage because you were drinking and drunk. That is no different than telling her, I didn't think you really had a miscarriage and you guys were crying and faking it for a story.
but like I guess I can
Mhm.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying that the dissonance in that is that the issue is Candace was sticking up for Monique because Monique didn't have anybody in her corner. Ashley and Candace had already fell out at this point, and they were going back and forth. And she said, "I just don't believe you had a miscarriage." And to be honest, throughout that season, when they were asking Ashley about this supposed miscarriage, she really didn't. She really wasn't being that transparent, and a lot of stuff that she was saying was kind of confusing. Like what Mia's, cancer thing is now, how they're all questioning that. So I'm saying
Yeah.
that it's not about like, oh, you shouldn't have said that. It's the fact that regardless of the point, Candace felt that Monique needed somebody to stand up for her, and Monique
Well,
wanted that as well. And that's what
I'm not
Candace
here for
did.
the
so
whole stand.
wait,
Just
wait,
to
wait, wait,
clarify,
wait.
I'm the one that brought up Ashley. Just to clarify, I brought up Ashley to say if Ashley and Monique were friends during season 5, then why isn't it also Ashley's responsibility to say, hey, I'm not going to invite Charisse to anything that we're filming? That's what I meant, because everybody keeps saying, well,
Because
Candace should have said something. Candace should have said something. Okay, well, why isn't anybody asking why Ashley didn't say
because
anything?
they've
Because they were
all
Oh, wait,
Hold on,
wait.
actually
because the
because
first
wait.
friends.
thing,
That's why I
the,
brought up Ashley.
Okay. So
but
wait.
my
Go ahead,
thing is
Nikki.
Ashley didn't. Oh,
Ashley, no, because Monique did say that Ashley did tell her that she was inviting. Ashley did let Monique know. Candace didn't let Monique know that she was inviting her at her wedding anniversary.
But
yeah.
I think
again,
that was the
if
difference.
right, but again, if Candace let Monique know through Karen and then Ashley let her know, aren't they both giving her a heads up? Like, I don't understand
No,
why
you
a
said
heads up
why
is good enough. If
Ashley.
Charisse is going to say something, she's going to say
She's
it.
gonna
What
say
does
it.
giving her a heads up mean? Right, she'll just say it. So I don't understand what the difference is. That's what I'm. If Monique wants to be upset, that's fine, but then be upset at everybody. It doesn't make sense
But
when
see, she
Charisse is
didn't know
invited
Sharice
to a
was gonna be at.
smaller event, because Ashley's event was at her home. It was much smaller. She was
And intimate.
mic'd. She was sitting with the
But she
group.
left.
She had more of a chance to say something then than at Candace's party. Like we barely even saw Charisse. Was she even
But
mic'd
here's the
up? Like,
thing.
I just
Wait
don't
a
see
minute.
it.
Here's the
No,
thing.
she was.
Monique left.
Wait. Not to cut anybody out. I feel like I think we're diverting from what the original topic actually was, because we are,
Which
it's
was
like
the
we're
old
actually,
apology. Yes.
yeah, we're actually like we're recapping like every little thing that happened, and I don't think that's what's really required for this. I think that the whole purpose is, do we think that an apology is owed to her, not necessarily by the cast or anything like that, but maybe some of the people that watch the show probably feels like, or well, maybe, I was, looking at what's going on right now, she may not have been completely in the wrong. Maybe she was in the wrong for certain things, but not all things. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I think that's what this point is, though. Because when I say that, I don't think that Candace owes her an apology or anything like that. I feel like
No.
when it comes down to the whole apology thing, I think I feel what people are coming from when it comes down to it, because of the simple fact that we're looking at the situation and we're seeing what's going on, and we see how Wendy is being treated. It's like Wendy and Candace are both in the same position that Monique was in at one point in time. Now, Mia has thrown a drink in Wendy's face, and from what we've heard, she's not even going to be held accountable by her castmates, by like everybody held Monique accountable for the situation.
Exactly.
So I think
Exactly.
that's where
That's what
this
pissed me
whole
off about what.
And
so that's what I think where this whole notion of, is she owed an apology, comes from, because I don't think anybody thinks that she needs to be apologized to for every little thing that she did on the show. Because Monique, where she was right in some things, she was absolutely wrong in some other things.
that's
But
true.
I'm thinking that the reason why this, like I said, I think the reason why it's coming up right now is because of the way that everybody acted when the fight happened, and we see certain things going on. Like we see the whole Candace and Chris thing. You know what I mean? Like Giselle done cooked something up and making it seem like she was completely uncomfortable around Chris. The same way they did when, they was trying to say that Monique's husband wasn't the father of her child. Then they turn around and Mia throwing a drink up in Wendy's face and hit her with a pocketbook all at the same time.
Yeah, she pulled the
And
evidence. You ain't about
right, and nobody is going to hold her accountable for it. And not only that, the last season at the reunion when they were talking about Candace's mouth, and they was like, well, if Mia put her hands on you, then I would have been like, okay, you know, you probably deserved it. But just the season before that, y'all was acting like y'all was completely above fighting, and nobody should ever put their hands on somebody. But you just sit up here in this
That part.
but you just set up here, you just set up in the same girl's space that you defended all that season before that against Monique because she put her hands on her. But now you want to sit up here and say that Mia had a right to put hands on her. So I think the whole point is it's like a double standard, and they only choose to hold certain people accountable depending on who it is. So I think that's where this conversation comes from.
Well, I think, Scotty, to answer your question, the thing that I don't know where the apology discussion is really what is it gonna yield? So if we say that production owes Monique an apology, what exactly are they apologizing for? A bad edit? Or they apologize? I mean, does Bravo owe her an apology, you know, for not holding people accountable for the lies that they may have told about her? I don't think the apology is the issue. I think
I'm thinking when I think about an apology, I don't know if I mean like, because I'm just taking it as how I read it on Twitter. I'm not thinking that it's like a verbal apology. It's kind of different it's kind of the same as what I said on one of my lives one night. And I was talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, god awful show, Love and Marriage Huntsville. I was talking about that. And I was like, you know what, y'all, I probably was wrong, or I probably never thought about it this way. But now I see why y'all, you know, feel the way that y'all feel in regards to Mel on certain things. It's kind of that type of thing. That's what I think that, you know, apology in quotation marks. I think that's what that means.
Can I say something real quick, Scotty? Can I say something real quick? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think what they say. Well, I think y'all owe Monique an apology. To me, it seemed like not really owing her an apology literally. It's kind of like, okay, our eyes are finally starting to open up to the mistreatment of darker skinned women on this show. Because like you said, Monique got into one altercation where she became physical, and all of a sudden, whole little light skinned Giselle needs security just to go talk to a girl that was trying to issue an apology. But as soon as she saw, okay, you playing these games with security, you can go. I'm not doing this with y'all. So it's kind of like we seeing like clips like was on the Shade Room or whatever, where every instance of Robin being aggressive, we're seeing, okay, so y'all want to call Monique aggressive, but look at everything that Robin did since she first started on the show.
Yeah.
But she never got called out. Andy holding Candy's feet to the fire because of her mouth, but Candy not put her hands on nobody or threaten anybody like Robin did. Monique had a bad moment one time, but it doesn't amount to the more times that Robin has been aggressive towards people. It's just like, okay, we just seeing what's going on. Maybe we do owe Monique an apology, but not like a literal apology.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
what I'm saying.
Hold on,
Wait. Now, for those of you that's been up here for a long period of time, there are people that's in the chat that wants to come up and give their point of view. So I may need maybe 2 people to drop.
Oh no, I'm saying.
I'll drop
Okay.
out. I'll just be in the chat. Okay.
Okay.
I'll get.
Thank you for having me.
I'll get out too, but can I say one more thing though?
Come on, Jimmy, come through.
Can I ask you a question, Scotty? Because
yes,
I'm a little bit confused. I had saw Really B in the chat saying that the timeline that we have is off, and she was saying that Candace and Monique were cool at this moment. But I'm saying, like, how? Is it like, is it because that they left off the reunion saying that they hope they can repair their friendship? Like, but they still weren't cool. Because you remember, like when she had got into it, you know, with Monique, and then they had hugged it out at their reunion, but they still weren't necessarily cool like that.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Hi, Scotty. It's Brittany. So I'll drop off. I'll just finish off by answering your question.
Who?
No, don't feel like Monique is owed an apology. I think what the audience wants is for Giselle to be held accountable. And I think that for them, they believe saying Monique owes an apology is an example of that accountability, but similar to what the last caller said, that's not really going to do anything. Monique tried to play the game. Unfortunately, she got caught up, and it is what it is. But no, I don't think that anybody owes Monique an apology because she was fine with it until it was her. You have to say something earlier, and she didn't.
Okay,
And Brittany, I
I
agree
got you.
with you.
Have a
And
good night, everybody.
good night.
All right.
Thanks for letting me hop on. I'm going to hop off as well, but great discussion. And I really just think we all have to realize at some point that that's really what it comes down to. Giselle and Robin being held accountable for their bull. I think it's going to be up to the women on the show to just bring it to their front door. That's it. So, night, night, everyone. Nice
All
talking.
right, you guys. First of all, shout out to my guy, Rodney the Voice, who's in the building. Shout out to Rodney the Voice who's
Hey,
in the building.
Rodney.
Y'all know I love me some
Yeah,
Rodney now. Shout out to
yeah.
Rodney being in the building.
Scotty, may I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's been a lot of altercations on that show, and for them to act like they're so above it, it really gets on my nerves. It irks my
Yeah.
soul because were you above it when you were waving a butter knife at Ashley? Were you above it when you was coming at Monique with the umbrella and Monique pulled out the umbrella? Were you above it when you went down to Ashley's restaurant and got in her face and put
And
your
put her
hands
hands
on her?
in her face.
Like, come on. Like, there are a lot of more situations to where it could have ended just like it did between Candace and Monique. Why is it that Monique was the one that was pretty much iced out and held to the fire and everyone else just pretty much gets a pass?
Because Giselle didn't like her for the Four Homes comment. I'm just saying, it's been like
Well,
that
yeah,
since
she
the
didn't like
beginning.
Monique. She's jealous of Monique. She wants everything that Monique got. Monique has a husband that really loves her. She has four homes. She has children that love her, and she has the family that she wants. And
Giselle.
it's like you came at that. That's why Giselle came at that girl from day one.
Can I say something real quick, Scotty?
Go ahead.
Hey, really, B. I told you I was not no Scotty troll.
Huh? What I say?
You said
Hey
I was a
girl,
Scotty
I called you a
troll.
troll.
Yeah, back on the White Lion panel.
Oh,
I
Not
love
her,
you.
not you being a Scotty troll, child.
Remember, she said she
You know,
saw when
Scotty.
you
You know, I
trolling.
gotta keep up.
Can I? And also, I feel like
Go ahead.
Giselle and Robin doing all these antics since season 5. They doing all that to get Sharice back as a fluke holder too.
Oh, I
So,
definitely agree with that because nobody asked for Sharice, but yeah, y'all continue.
Sharice don't bring nothing to the table, in my opinion.
Well, let me say something real quick. Hi, you guys.
Hey, Andrea.
I
Hello.
would say, hey, I literally, I am on season 4, I think, at the Rainbow Party, Monique's Rainbow Party, because I went back and I started watching from season 1 all the way back up until now. So, I've seen it before, but I'm literally on the episode right now where they're at Monique's Rainbow Party. Do I think
Mm.
Monique is owed an apology? I mean, who would she get the apology from? I'm Team Monique, but I don't know who she would get the apology from. Is it Candace? I think Candace and Monique both played, as I'm watching this over again, they both play equal parts in this. And then
Mhm.
really, Giselle ain't never been, just them green eye goblins ain't never been there for nobody. You
Not
know what I'm
Green
saying? Like
Goblin.
that's what
Yeah.
they are. And I just don't, as far as owed an apology, I just would like to know who y'all think the apology should come from. Like where they think it's gonna come from.
I don't think it's so much as the apology. I think it's the fact that they want to acknowledge that Monique was treated unfairly in the
Yeah.
She was.
situation.
She definitely was, and they still with their antics. I can almost guarantee that they're not gonna chastise Mia and her lying ass all the time for literally that was an assault. She assaulted Wendy not once, but it look. I don't know if that pocketbook hit her or not, but it
It
sure
did.
did come close enough.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
connect.
saying. And I bet you they're not gonna ice her out the way they did Monique.
And I
So
think that's the issue with a lot of people is this right here, because most definitely, I do think that Monique was wrong for putting her hands on Candace. That's never going to be anything that I change my mind on. But I think the problem is that people are having is with the hypocrisy of the whole thing, because we hold certain people accountable, but not other people accountable. Like like I was very happy over the last couple of weeks that Robin was getting dragged on social media. Very happy about that because people were bringing up old instances where she showed aggression or that she was threatening her, threatening on her own self. Like even on the first season, she was, at the first reunion, she wanted to fight.
she,
She wanted to fight
Katie,
Katie.
yeah.
Like she was
She just
screaming,
told Katie,
"I better
she
get
said to
security."
Katie, y'all better where's security? You better hope security's here. And I'm
Right.
just like, and just to rewatch it back again, I'm like, at first I used to like Robin. Then when she got up Giselle's ass, I'm like, by season two, I was done with Robin. I was done with Giselle because Monique came in, and then the way Giselle treated Monique, her being just like when Karen Lyles was on there, she said in the beginning, Giselle didn't like me. We had to go through her to get into the sorority, and that's how what's that girl? Giselle is treating these ladies like she's hazing them, and if they don't agree with her or go by her rules or anything, they get iced out, and that shit's not fair.
Can I
Because
say
my,
something?
my problem with this whole thing is, like I said, Monique was right. I mean, was wrong for putting her hands on Candace, and she definitely had every right. They had every right to hold her accountable for it. But the
Mm-hmm.
problem is that
I
they're not going to hold me accountable.
yeah. Can I
Yes.
jump? Can I just
Um.
jump in? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I cut somebody off? I ain't going to cut somebody off.
So,
I just
um.
want to say,
I.
Andre, I agree with what you were saying. I think the point I think you just worded it perfectly. I don't know if apology is the right word so much as acknowledgement, and I think
Right.
that that's where my frustration comes in. I'm with Scotty, and I've said this from the beginning. I'm never going to defend Monique putting her hands on Candace. I understand why she did it, but that's another conversation. I ain't going down that road.
I
I
will.
Okay.
do
But wait a
understand.
minute.
Okay.
Before hold on, I'm not. Hold on, y'all, because I don't want to. Let me just. I don't want to go down that road. I just feel the way I feel. But
Me
I
too.
think it's more of an acknowledgement because here's the thing: when that fight happened, it was like everybody took every example and turned Monique into this horrible, ferocious. I've even seen people in the chat describing her that way, wild animal. And listen, even now, like Scotty just said, that incident with Robin and the umbrella, when that fight happened, everybody made that Monique's fault. Oh, look at Monique with the umbrella. She was going to choke Robin with the umbrella.
I was.
Now that everybody is acknowledging that Robin is aggressive, now all of a sudden, look at how Monique had to defend herself against Robin. It's like when people feel the way they feel, they take every little incident and then they want to make Monique this horrible person. Did Monique do something that was effed up? She sure did. So I don't
Well,
so it's not about apologizing for the fight, but I think it's the acknowledgement. For example, Monique told us, when I say us, I mean people, when she would do her lives, Monique
Hmm.
explained the whole situation with Sharice. Monique said Sharice is the one that's taking stories back to production because she's trying to get back on the show. Sharice
Mm.
is the one that started that story. It didn't start with Giselle. Giselle carried it to the
Mm-hmm.
show. It started
Right.
with Sharice about Monique and her trainer. So when
You know what
Monique,
you know what? Not to cut you off, really be really quick
She's
before I
doing
forget
it with
this.
Karen.
Yeah, and then I just realized from watching, just recently watching and it being fresh in my mind, Sharice on that third season reunion, she came back on like as a friend or whatever. She came on and you could tell that she was plotting and planning against Monique on that stage. And what happens the following season? All these rumors get spread about the trainer. You see what she did with Giselle when Giselle said something about that firefighter. Sharice set up on that stage and set up on that show and say, yeah, I intentionally invited Herman's baby mama or ex-wife to get under your skin. So if she did that to Giselle, who she's known for a long time, she started feeling that same way about Monique and did the
Mhm.
same thing to Monique and used Giselle to try to
Right.
take Monique down.
To take her down.
And that's
Well,
so
Hmm.
Monique
that's
was
what I'm
in
saying.
on that
So when we talk
plan.
about,
Wait,
so for me, where I sit, when we talk about is Monique owed an apology, again, apology I think is probably not the right word, but it is the acknowledgement. Monique told us these things, but because
Mhm.
people had made up their mind about that fight, kind of what Scotty just said a few minutes ago, we're getting caught up in the fight, and that's not what this is about. But
thank you.
because
Mhm.
people had made up their mind about who they thought was right and who was wrong in that fight, we took everything Monique said and we threw it out. Monique told us about Sharice. Monique told us when what I was saying to Jeremy, if you're still in the chat about your timeline being off, Candace and Monique were cool. They weren't friends. They weren't best friends. But Candace and Monique were
Right.
cool. They were back hanging out. Monique was back hanging out over. Candace was back hanging out over Monique's house when that
Hmm.
whole situation happened at the baby shower. So
Thank you.
if you are cool with Monique and y'all are trying to work on y'all friendship and you back going over her house having pool parties and shit, and Chris is cooking on the grill and you eating over at her house. Same thing we saying about Giselle eating over at Candace's house, smiling in
Right.
Chris's face. Monique,
Yeah.
Candace was doing the same thing with Monique. And you mean to tell me you sat at a dinner and you heard a whole plot and you didn't tell me? Now
And
it's
you
one thing to
said nothing.
right.
Exactly.
You told
Yeah.
Karen and you was hoping that Karen would relay the message. And what Karen told you was, you need to tell Monique. This is
Right.
something you need to tell Monique about. And
Thank you.
that's all I wanted to say. It's frustrating because I think people get so caught up on that fight. One last thing, and then I'm gonna shut up.
No, you can keep
People,
talking.
I
We
think
love you.
people still keep getting caught up on that whole, oh, Monique was trying to be friends with Giselle after the plot. Okay, this is probably where me reviewing shows is made me a little bit jaded. Y'all, as the fans, y'all gotta stop being so vested in what you see and not understand what's going on. Giselle and Monique had to film a scene. Giselle and Monique are following a storyboard.
Yep.
Giselle wasn't a bit more interested in being Monique's friend as Monique was interested in being
And being
Giselle's
Giselle.
friend.
Thank
They
you.
were filming a scene where they allegedly were planning a party for Ashley. And didn't neither one of them give a damn about Ashley's ass either, who was having postpartum. Oh, we got to get Ashley out the house. We're going to have this party for her. I'm working on
Hmm.
my friendship with Giselle. That is a scene, y'all. That is production
That's
calling
At
Monique.
its finest.
Right, that was production calling Monique and production calling Giselle saying, y'all need to film this scene. Just like that scene at the beginning of this season when all their asses went down and looked and had lunch under the cherry blossoms. That was all that's production. So I think we putting too much weight on she tried to be Giselle's friend.
thank
No,
you.
she was doing her job.
I mean, it's the same thing with Candace and Ashley. You really think that Candace was trying to be that girl's friend? No, she was sitting there so she get her scene and get her check.
The only one that acknowledged that, that Monique, like maybe Monique was right was Wendy last year.
No, and
Right.
here's my
Because
thing,
but
because
Wendy Wendy
And she
waited
said,
because it was on the heat was on her too. And you
wait a
know what I'm
minute.
saying?
Wait a
and
minute.
also she recently said on Carlos's interview that she didn't watch the prior seasons of Potomac. So she came in there kind of blind when it came to Giselle.
Okay, but since you brought up Monique, brought up Wendy, sitting up here saying Monique was right, where was that energy when she had that phone conversation with Monique after the whole goddamn fight happened, saying, "Girl, I understand I would have whooped her ass too, because her mouth is reckless and this, that, and the third." And then 2 days after she had that phone conversation with her ass sitting there saying, "Well, I don't want to be seen with you. You know, you have a daughter. What is she gonna say about this? Your daughter is not gonna look up to you, but
Yeah.
like all that shit. Don't bring up Wendy no more. I'm sick of her raggedy ass. Don't say nothing about that heifer no more.
Ooh.
Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say something, but never mind.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, because that whole
Well, that's what I was about to get to with that. It's like, okay, Wendy was doing the most, trying to be in with the it crowd, and the it crowd had turned on Monique and iced her out. But then when they started talking about her husband the following season, and then now this season, you got people throwing drinks in your face and hitting you in your head like they was your mama with the purse. Okay,
like
so
Candace
it's
might
like,
be.
yeah, now that it's you're in Monique's shoes. Now you want to be like, oh, now I
Mhm.
understand.
I
What
want to
is
see
this
Monique's
people?
reaction to next week's
Me too.
episode. I wonder what.
Me too.
What does it matter? She was the one who did the action in the first place. I get confused because the whole point is, to me, the difference, which is, I think the word apology is not the correct word. But my thing is, when
Just
Giselle came,
acknowledgement. Acknowledgement would be the better word.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So when Giselle is now pulled that stunt with Wendy last season and is pulling a stunt with Candace, they went right directly to her and addressed her, not running around continuing their jobs and high fiving about icing people out and all that kind of stuff. So,
That's where
as
Monique messed
people
up at.
said, this is a job. She played the game, and the game played her, and Candace got played in it too. They all got trapped up in it. But for what I see a difference in the way that the last two full cast members who are darker skin are handling it, as in going directly to Giselle and saying this is not it.
But isn't that learning from the prior person's mistake? Is that
Exactly.
not what that
I don't know
is?
how that's
Yeah.
learning
Like
from the
how
prior person's
so
mistake.
everybody has tried to go after Giselle and Giselle doesn't engage, but she keeps on with the stories, right? So then someone tried something different. And then, so if I now see you coming after me and I can look at the three people behind me, well, doing it that way didn't work. Trying to befriend you didn't work. Trying to like
Mm-hmm.
keep things going didn't work. So clearly, what is my next option?
Beat
Sometimes
the
you
hell out of
learn
her.
from the
Yeah,
people's
but she didn't do
mistake
that. She did that with
behind you,
Candace.
but Candace isn't learning from Monique's mistake or
Because she's
anybody
still
else's.
running her damn
Because
mouth.
she's
So
still
she,
running her
but
mouth.
Oh my!
but
But we're not
Candace,
And
talking about running her mouth. We're talking
right.
about we're saying Giselle is plotting. So
no, no,
when Wendy recognized what was going on, she walked away from Ashley and went and sat right in front of Giselle and had to say her piece. When Candace saw what Giselle was doing, she got up, broke the fourth wall, and when she gained herself again, had a conversation with Giselle and said, this is not it.
okay, but
But
she,
again, I also think too what we're not acknowledging is when Monique, because people keep saying, "Oh, well, Monique took her aggression out on the wrong person. She was mad at the wrong person."
No, she wasn't.
Why are we acting like Monique didn't have reason to be mad at Candace? Monique had a beef
That's
Yes, she
with
true.
did.
Candace that was totally separate than her beef with Giselle. So I understand what you're
That's
saying,
true.
that these people have an issue with Giselle and they went straight to Giselle, but understand that Monique had an issue with a legit issue with Candace
Okay.
as well. So it's
And she
not
She
it's
didn't
did.
not
What?
never
Let her
handled
Candace.
finish.
it.
See,
Every
a lot of this
time
started
they
from
picked a fight.
a lot of
Sorry.
this came from too when they were in New Orleans and Candace held on to that little piece of nugget she thought she had over Monique when she said
Yeah.
Katie looked like Amistad. And then she took that shit and went back to the people that she knew did not like Monique and handed that information over to them damn green eyed goblins. And they went over there
I'm just
and
laughing.
told Katie. They told Katie that. And when they told Katie, it was a whole thing. That's why Katie went crazy cuckoo and wherever they was at Puerto Rico, wherever they went
That's not what
and
that
left
happened.
That is
and
what
left.
happened.
And then also
Ashley
Giselle.
made it.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry, go ahead.
That
No,
no. That that
I
that's
thought
exactly what happened.
weren't they in Turks and Caicos or something like that?
They were in
Yes,
they were in the Bahamas or
And
Jamaica or
Ashley
something.
literally made a
Yeah.
yeah,
comment about Katie's mental health when Katie was losing custody of her children.
yeah.
Well, Katie was making all these statements about Ashley and her
Ashley
husband
said
and her
and
Yes,
her shit.
marriage.
because her husband was doing things.
But it don't matter. Don't come for somebody, and if you don't want them to come back for you
For
and
you.
come
Yeah, but
come
someone
in and
Exactly.
conflated
cause
something
Isn't that
else.
what Candace does?
that's what
Not
I'm
Mm.
And that's the
always.
People
thing.
hold her
Isn't that what
to
she
That's
that
does?
where the
standard
girls
and they
mess
don't
up.
hold Ashley to
I
it.
just want to understand what stance y'all are on because y'all kind of just bounce back and forth. I
Jumping.
Yeah,
think
we're
y'all realize.
going all the way off what the
Yeah.
original topic is.
we really are.
Yeah, but yeah, well, that's why I feel like I was just trying to address that. But I agree, yeah. But I think
but
people just have their
I'm
fan
gonna let
favorites. That's all.
I'm gonna let
I just wonder if
I'm gonna
Andy's
just
gonna
feel
have that
like
same energy with
Wait,
Mia
I
like he
need
did with.
somebody to talk one at a time because Andrea was talking first.
I was just saying that I just don't like really be said it is about acknowledgement. But at the end of the day, um I do believe that Monique didn't have to put her hands on her. But where I'm from, if I tell you I'm gonna drag you, and then you say,
That's
"Well,
what I'm gonna
drag
do.
me," and I'm pregnant,
Yeah.
and then you get drunk, and then you want to do all the rah rah, And then you let them green eyed goblins pump you up. And they even put their hands on Monique too in that fight. Because
Yes,
when
they did.
Candace thought that Monique had pushed her, the playback shows that it's Giselle.
Mm-hmm.
It's really Giselle that put her hands on Monique. That's when Monique started going ham and grabbed
Yeah.
Candace by the hair. So I don't know. At this point, I really feel like Monique is sitting at home, not even giving a damn. You know what I'm saying? And
Which
she's just
one?
like, yeah, she like it is what it is. I got my big one, and it is what it is, you know. But I do believe that it does need to be some acknowledgement. But if it does not come from them green eyed goblins, nobody else is gonna acknowledge what Monique was saying was right. Not even Candace, because Candace is holding on to something that she don't need to hold on to. And Ashley better watch her
That she
back because
lost.
she even said Ashley even said in this season, I think episode 4 or something, when she was at Candace's house, she said, "Oh, Giselle has some of my secrets too." That's the only reason why she became real cool with Monique because Monique had that tape
Mm-hmm.
of
Yep.
Michael touching that
Mm.
producer. So whoever got something on Ashley, that's who team she gonna be on, and that's just what it is. Candace never gonna have a chance because Giselle has something over her,
Giselle has
so they
something over
not gonna
everybody,
acknowledge
but
it.
we don't. That's why we don't know shit about her. But we going off topic.
Yeah.
I agree, Scotty. I think the better word would be is acknowledgement, like acknowledge how unfairly she was treated and how
Hmm.
things are continuing and getting worse every season, because it's like how you throw a whole drink on somebody and hit them in the head with a purse and ain't nobody having meetings at such and such house talking about, oh, we
Well,
not
Monique
gonna sell
called
with
that
this
meeting.
person no more.
We ain't
Yeah.
heard nothing else about it with the whole Mia situation. When the
That's what I'm
fight happened,
saying.
we heard about it. The whole, oh my gosh,
Hmm.
we heard about it. We knew about the whole fight before the season even started. And
Yep.
my
And
thing,
we
and
thought
Yep.
it was
I
Mia and
agree with what
Candace.
y'all. I agree with everything y'all said. Like little stuff that, I mean, if y'all watch Monique's lives and she told certain things, she explained like even at the reunion, they had put Monique in a separate hotel and
They
didn't even.
first
Yeah.
of all they sent her to the wrong hotel at
No,
first.
no, no,
No,
no.
They
It
was
was the
yes.
right
No, it
hotel.
was
She had a
Candace.
room. No, no, no. She had a room at that hotel. They were not allowing her to stay at the hotel with the rest of the cast. Monique showed up at
Why?
the hotel. No, because
Because
they
of the
were like,
fight.
"Oh, she's so dangerous." And
and they was trying to
Monique
say it was
checked.
because of her bird
Those are
T'Challa or
trigger
something like
Right.
that.
words
Monique
for
checked
people
out
that
of that
look like us.
hotel and
One at a
used her
time.
own money. Monique checked out of that
Hmm.
hotel and used her own money and checked into the hotel where everybody else was staying. See, it's a lot of
Exactly.
stuff like that people didn't, well, they knew because she said it after the fact, but it was a lot of stuff like that. But again, I bet you they're not going to do that to Mia. I bet you they're not going to do that to
No.
Robin. They're not going to be like, oh, well, you're so dangerous and so aggressive, you can't stay with the rest of the cast. Like, come on. Like, that's the kind of stuff. So when I say apology, no, Candace doesn't owe Monique an apology, no. But there has to, not has to be, because that's a strong word. But I think people need to be fair. You can
Thank you.
dislike Monique. You
Really
can
be
absolutely dislike Monique, but I think people have to be fair. That's
really
all.
be I have a question. Just I just want to make sure I understand what you're saying. When you say people, can you be a little bit more specific? Like who do you think needs to acknowledge it? Production, the cast, like who exactly?
Everybody.
Andy.
I
For
think
me, well,
everybody.
Andy
no,
did
I'm
like
sorry,
me,
our ex really be that. Sorry guys, I really did want to hear what she said. No offense.
I think the fans that were piling on, I mean, it's like it's people even doing it tonight. The people that are piling on, we're constantly giving y'all examples. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about the people that are piling on. But we're constantly giving y'all examples of what happened to Monique as it relates to what has happened to other people. And people are still like, I don't care. She need to be put down. She's ferocious. She's this. And it's like no matter what we say, y'all are still gonna make it like Monique was Mike Tyson all up and through these streets. And even with all of the examples of what Giselle has done, what Mia did, what Ashley has done, like all of these examples of the other ladies on the show, and but at this point, it doesn't matter. So when I say it needs to be acknowledgement, that's what I mean. From the people who are just piling on, at what point do you say, you know what? I still think what Monique did was effed up, but I can see that the way she was treated wasn't, the punishment didn't fit the crime.
Thank
But
you.
that's how I feel. That's my
Got you.
opinion.
I
That's
Okay,
got
just
so
you.
answering
okay,
the
can
question.
this because in a few minutes I'm finna end this because it's
Well,
coming.
me and Nola been waiting up here
Well, I'm
patient.
about to
I know
drop
you ain't
off
about to
because if
end the
anybody
party
wants to
that
come
early.
on, I'm gonna drop off.
Yeah, I can
Thank you
drop
for
off
coming
as well.
up. Just anybody else wants to jump on since Scotty getting ready to shut it down, and it's past my bedtime anyway. Y'all know it's past my
Nobody else
bedtime.
need to jump on at this point. I'm
Oh,
exhausted.
okay, okay.
And
Night,
and
everybody.
Catherine, my good
Good
sister, didn't
night,
say
really
hey to me,
be.
but she
Hi,
was up
Ruby.
here speaking to really be that hurt my feelings.
Who me?
Yes, you ain't need to say hey to me. Hey,
Hey,
Catherine.
too spicy. I love
Y'all
you.
don't have to do me like that.
Oh
Oh,
my
okay.
God.
I was waiting for you to
I
say
just want to
something.
piggyback before we even close this up. I just want to piggyback off of what Rodney said because I kind of agree with what he said. He said that when Monique had the opportunity to speak out a few
Mm-hmm.
years ago about the unfairness and the colorism at the reunion during season 5, she didn't. She basically sided with them.
Not you
That is
missing
the
my point.
reason why some people don't be feeling bad for Monique because she always tends to side with the wrong damn people. And at that particular moment, I do feel like that should have been the moment where she should have spoken up about the unfairness. Now, who knows? It could have been cut out, just like Giselle's breakdown got cut out. Who
It
knows?
so did.
But at that particular moment, those are one of the things that confuses people because you speak about unfairness, but when it's time for the unfairness to be, brought up or talked about,
Exposed.
you denounce it. So that's one of the flaws with it. So I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna take my ass to sleep because
Really,
But wait,
Scotty? Me and Nola been waiting forever.
yeah, it
listen,
have been.
I'm just saying because I knew that this was gonna be an exhausting conversation when I
Nola, he don't love us. That's okay.
but
First the salad,
I
now
just
this.
wanted
I'm
to
just
say,
saying.
Scotty, thank you
Can
for
I ask a
having me.
question?
Thank you for the prayers, and I'm gonna get off here and let somebody.
No, no, ain't nobody else
no,
coming up.
nobody else need to come
Oh,
up. Nobody.
no, no. Oh, okay, so I guess I could just stay put then. Okay.
Just
Mhm.
for the next, just you can stay
Y'all
for the
been
next
arguing
3 minutes
for
because I'm about to close this.
2
Nikki,
hours.
what was you finna say?
I just want to ask a question. I
Oh,
probably might know the answer to this. Um, do you think Andy is gonna hold Mia accountable at the reunion like he did
Hell
Monique?
no. Hell no. Hell
I think
no.
there's
no.
time to
You
make
know
him.
what? He
I think
might
there's
do a
time to
little.
make him.
I think he's gonna probably do a little bit of something only because he was trying to hold her accountable a little bit on when she was on Watch What Happens Live on Sunday, but the scene hadn't happened yet. So he's gonna probably ask those questions. He's got in trouble a lot over the years for the
Yeah.
same damn thing we talking about right now. So he gonna probably, have to do something, but it's not gonna be like how he just was completely ignoring Monique and cutting her off and stuff like that and being hella rude to her in season 5 reunion.
Yeah, and he got dragged for the whole Garcelle thing. So
Yeah, and
Well,
he gonna get
Yeah.
dragged for this.
since Scotty is getting ready to end this live, I'm gonna get my point in less than 60 seconds.
All
I
right.
don't think
I'm a
that
mute.
fight. I don't think that fight happened because of the rumor. I don't think that fight happened because of all the beef and all that other stuff. I think those ladies were drunk at that winery, and because they were in close proximity to each other and they were not sober, it got physical and things escalated from there. But when it comes down to it, if anybody's owed an apology, they both owe each other an apology because they took a friendship. They said that they were each other's sister, big sister, little sister, and they prioritized the friendship with Giselle and Robin over one another, and
Mm.
because of that, they both deserve an apology from one another. And until then, we can just keep spinning around in circles. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, Too Feisty.
All right, too feisty.
I
I,
love her. Oh my
I,
God.
I kind of like her. I kind of like her take on it. It was.
Can I just say this one thing and then I'm gone because I know Scotty needs some rest.
Hey,
Um,
Nola.
hey
Hey,
boo.
Nola.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like at this point, why are we still talking about this fight? It wasn't even really a
Mhm.
fight. You know what I'm saying? To me, it was not no knockdown, drag out fight. Like it was two women who was heated. One was like, "What you gonna do? Bop me?" And the other one was like, "Yeah, I'ma bop you." You know what I'm saying?
She got bopped.
And the neck of karma is really the one who passed the first lick, and ain't nobody saying that. Now, honestly,
True.
I wish Monique would have double back and pop Gizzard neck. You know what I'm saying? Because she needed. My
Hmm.
yeah.
thing is this, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you have people who are Team Monique, Team Candace, and it's gonna always be that. I am tired of these team this, team that. Everybody just watch from your own eyes and judge it like your fave can be wrong.
Thank you.
You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? And
They
the
can always be wrong. They can always be wrong.
your person that you hate can be, you know what I'm saying, be right. But at the end of the day, I feel like Monique probably don't even care about an apology at this
Yeah.
point from these people because
Mm.
it's mute for what? Like if yeah, you go back and you say, hey, I didn't know something at the time, so I can go back and I apologize or whatever. That's cool. But at this point, I don't think that woman really cares about them apologizing to her. Ain't nobody. I feel like if anybody deserves an apology, to do an apology, it's gonna be the neck of karma. But she don't do nothing but sit up there and look retarded and fantasize about Pastor Slinger D who lives in her phone. In her
Yeah.
head. That's it. That's all. But I'm ready to move on for it. And I know we talk about the colorism issue, but I want us to also address the elitism, the bullying. You know what I'm saying? The childish
It,
behavior. Like
yep.
these women, damn near about to have an A or a P card, and we running
Shit,
around the
half
house.
of them do.
You know, and we running around the house talking about let me switch your rooms and make y'all sleep together. I'm over it.
Yeah.
But
I
if
feel you,
anybody needs
Nola.
to be apologized and nailed to the cross for their actions, it needs to be the neck of karma because she get it all started.
I'm not
Yeah.
playing with y'all calling her the neck of karma. Her name is
Listen,
Cat Turkey Gizzard Neck
listen,
Her
Michelle.
name is no.
listen.
Her name is Jizzy
Her,
McNeck.
her name is neck of karma for me because all them rings in her neck is her karma coming around to her
Her
in that
name is Bad Lace Front for
her neck
me.
got more rings than Saturn. But y'all have a good
Ooh.
night.
Good night, no.
Not more rings.
Excuse
Well,
me, y'all.
well, first things first, I want to thank you guys for joining this conversation. I really do appreciate you guys. It's always a fun time. Even when it's a little bit heated, it's always a good time. So I want to thank you guys for coming up, and you can see yourselves the hell out as I get
Tell
ready.
you see, I
Bye,
like that
Oh,
everybody.
first.
Scotty, are you gonna go see that Harvey Weinstein movie? She said.
What Harvey Weinstein movie?
Oh, child, they did a whole Harvey Weinstein movie,
Good night, y'all.
and it's called She
Night night.
Said, and it's in theaters.
Oh, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. The
Mm.
girl, they told all his business, all of
Oh.
it.
Ooh, I believe it. I won't watch it.
I'm gonna go see it too because I'm curious on how he got away with it for so long.
Right.
And while you go see that, go see Wakanda Forever. Okay, I got my hairstyle in the Wakanda style. Let me stop.
Yes, I gotta see
I
that.
wanted, I wanted to take my
And the
kids to
Whitney
go see it,
Houston.
but is it really 2 hours long?
Girl, it's 3 hours. I don't know who told you two, but
Oh,
that movie is 3 hours. It's like Endgame. Three
If
hours
y'all
oh
long.
talk about that in the chat.
no, yes. But good night, Scotty, and enjoy your Thanksgiving next week.
All right.
Scotty, you ain't have to do me like that.
Good night, Ty. Good night, everybody.
Good
Good night,
night.
you guys.
Thanks, Scotty, for having me up here. We're gonna have that talk about the earlier conversation in the chat, though. Okay. All right.
All
Love you.
right. And thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I appreciate Roddy the voice popping in into the chat. I really do appreciate that. Y'all know I love me some Rodney. Shout out to Really B and Jeremy for coming up here, being a part of the conversation. Um, I knew this conversation was going was going exhaust the fuck out of me. I knew that it was, but this is a very polarizing conversation. Okay, very polarizing. People have their opinions. You know, there was a lot of Candace defenders up here. There was a lot of Monique defenders up here. At some points, I think that we probably, went away from the whole damn point of the live in the first place. But I think we got somewhere. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to those in the chat that was being respectful and not condescending and disrespectful, because that's what I've noticed in the chat. There's some people that's trying to be a little bit disrespectful, but trying to be condescending at the same time. I see you, but I ain't gonna say shit. Shout out to the moderators that kept this chat going and all of that good stuff. And thank you guys for all of that. I definitely appreciate it. We'll probably be going live again tomorrow. And on top of that, y'all won't y'all will be so surprised when y'all find out what I got in my email today. I can't say shit yet. I want to say something so bad about it, but tomorrow I will get my confirmation. And once I get my confirmation, I will definitely let y'all know, because this is something big for me. Okay, something else big for me. Okay, something else. I really want to tell y'all, but I can't because ain't shit confirmed yet. But hopefully it happens. So they told me tomorrow I will find out. Once I find out myself, I will let you guys know, okay? But with that being said, you guys, we are out of here. I think we're gonna have us another live chat conversation. I'm trying to figure out what else it was, because this was one of the ones that I wanted to have a live conversation about. But it's probably another conversation, something else that's going on right now that I wanted to do a live chat on. And y'all know I'm on vacation for the rest of the week, so I got nothing but time to do videos this week. But with that being said, you guys, I am out of here. And until the next one, I will holler at you guys later. I'm going to leave you guys with some promos from Nova Cosmetics, which is a makeup line by my best friend Jamar84, as well as my good friend Tremel, who is promoting his new album. It's independent album called Mixed Feelings. I'm out of here, y'all. Until the next one.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Tremel. I just wanted to say that I have a new project that's out. It's called Mixed Feelings. It's on all streaming platforms. I would hope that you would go and check it out. It's a really good feel of an album. It's got everything you need and more. It's got R&B, it's got a little bit of pop, it's got a little bit of hip hop. It's everything that you need and more. It's out all streaming platforms, like I said. Please check me out, and you can also follow me at IAM_Tremel. That's IAM_TRAMEL. Check me out. Hope to hear from you.